Less than 24 hours to go before Arvind Kejriwal, the Delhi Chief Minister, meets the Lieutenant Governor and resigns. He does this just days before he left jail after being granted bail by the Supreme Court in the liquor scam. We'll be looking at Kejriwal's decision to quit. Is it a political masterstroke or did he really have no choice at all? But first, this report.
A key meeting between the Aam Aadmi Party big guns, but no answers so far on who will be Delhi's next chief minister once Arvind Kejriwal resigns on Tuesday, after he meets LG Vinay Saxena. Like Mr. Kerjiwal, Manish Sisodia, the former deputy chief minister, has also said he will go to the people and return to office only after re-election. This effectively means that the top leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party are not in the race for the chief minister's post. The CM change for Aam Aadmi Party comes less than a year before the crucial assembly election in India's capital. While polls are due in February 2025, Arvind Kejriwal has pitched for an early election, saying he will return to office only after the people's verdict on corruption allegations. Delhi ministers Atishi, Saurabh Bharadwaj and Kailash Gehlot are being seen as frontrunners for the top post.
उस मुख्यमंत्री का विश्वास अपनी जनता पे है और अपनी ईमानदारी पे है। दिल्ली के लोगों के अंदर ऐसी उत्सुकता है कि चुनाव हो और हम वोट डाल के अरविंद केजरीवाल को कल ही दोबारा मुख्यमंत्री बने, ऐसी बेसब्री है आज।
Even though this chief ministerial stint will only be for a few months, the Aam Aadmi Party leadership would be looking to choose prominent leaders who can articulate the party's position on key issues and has wide acceptability among the party ranks. The main opposition BJP has scoffed at Kerjiwal's announcement, calling the resignation a drama and asking why the entire Delhi cabinet is not resigning.
The Honourable Chief Minister of Delhi, Shri Arvind Kejriwal ji, is not serious about asking for preponement of polls. Because if he was, then he would not resign just himself. He would actually ask for dissolution of the assembly. But he made a categorically a dichotomous statement by saying, I will resign after 2 days.
Today, the Political Affairs Committee meeting of the Aam Aadmi Party ended with little conclusion and no confirmation on the new Chief Minister's face. But tomorrow, another round of discussion will be held by Arvind Kejriwal with the Aam Aadmi Party MLAs. Until then, the people of the national capital still await the name of their new Chief Minister. Now, with camera person Sachin Gupta, this is Ishka Verma for NDTV.
Well, joining us now, Jasmine Shah of the Aam Aadmi Party, Pradeep Bhandari of the BJP is still with us. I'm also joined by the senior editor, Javed Ansari. Jasmine Shah, to what Bansuri Swaraj actually said in our report a few moments back, she said that Arvind Kejriwal is not serious because it's not just about him stepping down. If he wanted a fresh election, he would ask for dissolution of the assembly, which he's not done. Why has he not asked for dissolution of the assembly?
Vishnu, dissolution of the Aam Aadmi Party government before its terms ends was never the problem, was never the issue that BJP created. Over the last 2 years, when BJP realized that it could not by any means defeat the elected Aam Aadmi Party government in Delhi, it decided to hatch the conspiracy of this so-called Delhi liquor scam. ED, CBI, all the agencies were thrown into the mix. For 2 years, Vishnu, they have not been able to find a single rupee, not any evidence. And when the Supreme Court has given all the possible relief, on every matter, relief has been given to Mr. Kejriwal. In fact, Supreme Court called CBI and ED as caged parrot. After that, he got the bail and he's come out.
No, but Jasmine, you haven't answered my question.
Character assassination that Mr. Kejriwal has gone
we'll
to.
talk
Let's remember,
about what you're saying.
Mr. Kejriwal prides himself at his honesty.
No, I come back to that. I'm just trying to understand if the Aam Aadmi Party and Arvind Kejriwal have said that, look, let's have fresh elections, let's have it in a couple of months from now, is that's what you're going to approach ultimately the Election Commission of India, then why has he not called for dissolution of the State Assembly? Why is it only about the Chief Minister's post, his own post, that he's talking about?
Vishnu, there are two angles to this. First and foremost, as I said, questions were raised on the honesty of Mr. Kejriwal. And unlike any politician in Indian history, he has taken this battle to the court of the people. He is asking people to decide whether he is honest or not. No politician in Indian history has done that. People fight for on the name of caste and religion, but never on honesty. Number two, The Aam Aadmi Party government has been voted by the people of Delhi to serve for the entire term. Why should they suffer? Why should their scheme stop? If the government falls, the BJPs and the LG, we know what they've been doing for the last 10 years. They've been trying to stop each and every scheme
But he
of
won
the
the
Aam Aadmi
elections
Party.
in 2 months.
Now, the other side to it is that everybody knows that election commission doesn't decide. The BJP decides schedules for elections. Why is Maharashtra not being held together with Haryana? Why? Because it is convenient to BJP. Why are elections held in 7 and 8 phases when you talk about one nation, one election? Because it is convenient to BJP. So our request is not to ECI, our request is to BJP that you have all the powers, you decide to do the elections in November. Doodh ka doodh, pani ka pani ho jayega.
Pradeep Bhandari, how would you reply to those who say that, look, this is a political masterstroke? He's turned that entire allegation of corruption, which has starred his image upside down, turned it on its head, and now is looking to garner sympathy and support by asking for early elections.
Well, Vishnu, the only person that Mr. Arvind Kejriwal has defeated is Mr. Lalu Prasad Yadav, and that is also in corruption, because Mr. Lalu Prasad Yadav also, when he was accused of corruption, he had to resign. But in the school of corruption, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal definitely is the principal and not Lalu Prasad Yadav. Let me quote Vishnu what Mr. Arvind Kejriwal said on 15th May 2024, and he said, if you vote for the Indie Bloc candidate, I won't have to go to jail. This is Mr. Arvind Kejriwal when he was released on the interim bail by the Supreme Court. What was the result of the Delhi Lok Sabha elections, Vishnu? You got all the 7 seats that the Bharatiya Janata Party won. Does it mean that according to Aam Aadmi Party's Arvind Kejriwal's logic, that the people of Delhi validated that the arrest of Arvind Kejriwal was legal? Number 2 point is, Vishnu, that this is the order of the Supreme Court. Nowhere has it been said that the entire case is a forged case. Only Mr. Kejriwal has got bail because there is a pendency of trial, and you know in India that time takes, particularly in a very complex case where 3 supplementary charge sheets have been filed, 200 plus accused have been spoken to, and 17 people have been made accused. Now, what's the primacy argument, Vishnu? The primacy argument is that Mr. Arvind Kejriwal wants to install a puppet temporary chief minister in Delhi. Jasmine is self-contradicting himself. On one hand, he says that he wants to complete his term. On the other hand, his chief minister says that he wants elections in November. Point number 2, what it establishes, Vishnu, is there is an internal power struggle which is going on in the Aam Aadmi Party, because Arvind Kejriwal is not confident that if he imposes and puts somebody in as the temporary chief ministerial candidate of Aam Aadmi Party, what if he becomes popular in the workers of the Aam Aadmi Party, and tomorrow he will have to face difficulties in installing himself as the main primary face of Aam Aadmi Party in run-up to the election. So it's not about the BJP, Vishnu, it's about the people of Delhi versus Aam Aadmi Party. And in 10 seconds I will add, just 10 seconds. Aam Aadmi Party calls itself to be the national party. Aam Aadmi Party says that Mr. Kejriwal is a national leader. So if I take that argument forward, that he's saying that he wants to go in the court of public opinion, in Haryana also there are elections coming up. Sanjay Singh is in Jammu and Kashmir. They say that every vote they ask in the name of Arvind Kejriwal. So tomorrow if Aam Aadmi Party gets 0 seats in Haryana, with their logic, they will establish and accept that the people of Haryana consider Mr. Kejriwal as corrupt. Tomorrow, they do not get any seat in Jammu and Kashmir. They will accept and
okay, so we'll wait and see what happens over there and
consider Mr. Kejriwal as corrupt.
And look at those deductions. But Javed Ansari, how would you look at the argument that, look, if Arvind Kejriwal didn't step down, and as a chief minister who has not been allowed by the Supreme Court to go to his own office, there could be a possibility of president's rule. Hence, he has sort of acted before something like that happens.
I don't know about president's rule, but certainly he was a hamstrung. He would have been a hamstrung chief minister, unable, powerless to take decisions or to get them to be implemented. He's decided it's an audacious attempt. In resigning, it's an audacious attempt to try and retrieve some lost ground and try and convert this election into a referendum of sorts on Mr. Kejriwal. And about who will be chief minister, it matters little, because for all practical purposes, it will be Mr. Kerjiwal who will be calling the shots. I'm not very his statement about asking the government, not the EC, to hold simultaneous elections with Maharashtra. Well, the reason why he hasn't dissolved the assemblies, because he knows that if he dissolves the assembly, the centre will not give in to his request, the EC will not give in to his request. The schedule for state elections in Maharashtra have already been announced, and it will impose president's rule, and thereby the BJP will be ruling the state in the run-up to the elections whenever they are held 6 months or whenever from now.
Jasmine Shah, the Aam Aadmi Party came to power on a strong anti-corruption plank. for whether you like it or not, the word corruption has become synonymous, at least in the last few months, in the way that it's been reported in terms of the Delhi liquor scam. By deciding to quit the post of Chief Minister and turning this entire argument on its head, are you looking to regain, or is Arvind Kejriwal looking to regain his plank as an anti-corruption crusader or somebody with a clean image?
Vishnu, I actually thank the BJP and Modi government that after the kind of a vendetta politics that they've played over the last 2 years, no political party in Indian history has been persecuted as much as the Aam Aadmi Party. Let me tell you, more than 200 cases have been filed. In this matter alone, all the agencies, hundreds of officers put behind Aam Aadmi Party and Kerjiwal. What did they find? Not a single rupee. There is no precedence of any case in Indian history where for 2 years, all the investigative agencies are trying to find out something and they couldn't find anything. Finally, the Supreme Court had to call CBI a caged parrot, a comment it made 11 years back. So the events of the last 2 years, Vishnu, resulting in finally the bail of all the people of Aam Aadmi Party, only show that there is not an iota of corruption charges that have stuck, and BJP has more to answer because all the corrupt people that they were calling, Ajit Pawar, now even Madhu Koda, Hemant Biswa, all of them are now in BJP. So it's very clear who is the most corrupt party and who is it that has been put through all kinds of scrutiny, all kind of vendetta politics, come out without even a mark of Dag, as they call it, and today is out there to ask the people that, if you believe in us, vote for us. If we didn't have conviction about our honesty, why would we ask? No party has done this. No chief minister has resigned just because cases are being put on him. But Mr. Kejriwal knows that his biggest virtue is honesty. He has not amassed any bank balance. He's not given some political career to his children. His only virtue is honesty and the work with which he has served the people of Delhi, and that will stand the true test of time.
Pradeep, I know you'll respond, but my question to you is, does the BJP believe that you're losing the momentum or some of the momentum you would have hoped you would have gained because the narrative, whichever way he shapes it, is being shaped by Arvind Kejriwal ahead of these elections?
Vishnu, we are a national party. We are in government for the third consecutive time. We are in powers in more than 10 states. We definitely consider Mr. Kejriwal as an opponent in Delhi Assembly election. Plus, please look at wherever he's gone and fought against us. 90% of the time is when we have won. So, we cannot compare Aam Aadmi Party to the Bharatiya Janata Party on a larger national level. Now, let me tell you, he was telling what has Mr. Arvind Kejriwal left. Mr. Arvind Kejriwal has left a Sheesh Mahal, which is made on public money, 45 crores of public money, which could have gone to a hospital or school, which had more than 5 crores worth of curtains and marbles. So this is what Mr. Arvind Kejriwal has left. Let me just say, Vishnu, if you can correct the echo here, it's yes. So my primary argument is for this, Vishnu. A, there are two courts. One is the court of public opinion and one is the court of law. In the court of public opinion, Vishnu, yes, we will see with time, but as of right now in the court of public opinion, Mr. Arvind Kejriwal is a corrupt man, which Aam Aadmi Party also agrees to. This is why he has to go to the people to prove his innocence. As back as May 2024, before the Lok Sabha election, he asked the people of Delhi that please vote for me if you want to save me from going to jail. The people of Delhi voted all the 7 seats to the Bharatiya Janata Party. So as of right now in the court of public opinion, the arrest of Mr. Kejriwal is a legitimate arrest. Now in the court of law, Vishnu, you are a very, very experienced journalist and you have seen multiple times there have been politicians who have won elections. However, they have been convicted of corruption crimes. To that instant, Mr. Lalu Prasad Yadav. So to say that Mr. Kejriwal wins an election or loses an election does not remit the fact that he ultimately has to be convicted in a court of law where not a single charge by the Supreme Court has been proved false. He's only got bail as per this order of the Supreme Court,
like a quick response.
Point C, which says that it is only based on pendency of trial.
Very quick response.
So we have to differentiate the two if we talk about probity in public life.
Jasmine, you've got 20 seconds. I want to go back to Javed Bhai after that. Yeah.
Yes. I have a very simple question to ask because Pradeep is keeping on repeating that, you've not been assaulted of all the charges. Arey Baba, you've not even begun trial. And that is the another vindication of our honesty. After 2 years of investigation, you are not in a position to start trial, nor can you tell when will you start the trial. This itself shows that you have nothing left. This was entirely a conspiracy to put Kejriwal behind jail and break the party. Now that both of these have failed, you have decided not to even start trial and call him an accused forever for his life.
Okay, now Pradeep, hold your horses now.
5 seconds, please.
Okay, 5 seconds. Go ahead.
As per the Supreme Court of India, it is not a conspiracy. As per the Supreme Court of India, 3 charge sheet, 220 people have been spoken to, accused have been investigated, and 45 crores are what the.
And Baba, why aren't you starting trial, Pradeep? Just tell the viewers of NDTV a simple answer. Why aren't you starting trial?
Go and look at it in average time. We are starting, but why are you so afraid?
It's been 2 years.
Resigning on the day one?
It's been 2 years. It shows that this is nothing but a political vendetta.
You were an honest person.
Your entire attempt was to jail Kerjiwal and finish off Aam Aadmi Party, and now you have failed.
All right, okay. Both of you, 1 second. Let the Supreme Court get around to that in a while. Javed bhai, okay, but Pradeep, Jasmine, hold on. Javed bhai, another way of looking at it is through the prism of anti-incumbency. Since December 2013, Arvind Kejriwal has been in power. Of course, there was 1 year when there was central rule. But is this also a political move, right, with that in mind, that no matter how strong he is or he thinks he is, that incumbency is a factor?
Well, certainly, without an iota of doubt, he'll be seeking a mandate for the 3rd time. 10 years is power. Of 10 years in power, there's anti-incumbency for anybody. We saw it in the general elections, and Mr. Kerjiwal is no exception. And his decision and his move to tender his resignation is a political one. It's not a moral one. It's a political one. He wants to try and don the mantle of martyrdom, try and appear as the one who's wrong, and try and seek public opinion in his favor. It's an attempt. Like I said earlier, it's an audacious attempt to try and undo some of the damage and retrieve lost ground. Whether he succeeds or not, only the elections will tell. Whether he's innocent or he's guilty, that's for the courts to decide, and that may take, maybe a lifetime.
All right, I'd like to thank you all very much for joining us. Tomorrow is an important day. The Lieutenant Governor meets the Delhi Chief Minister, Arvind Kejriwal, expected to resign. Who's going to be the new Chief Minister? Will that Chief Minister essentially be controlled by Arvind Kejriwal, or will we have a real Chief Minister of Delhi?